The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
It's Thursday, and we are back. That's a live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center, where it is hot. The high 103 currently right now. It is 102. The low is 76 degrees. To my left is Kurt Three Pumps Daniels. On the phone is the big fella Nate Newton. In the back we got Paul. Shannon is in Canton, Ohio doing work. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Sir.
This show and segment is brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Yes.
What's up, big fella?
Man, y'all, what's happening, man? I guess Canton, you want to guess Shannon's out there in Canton just living it up, huh?
So he says.
Yeah, I don't know if there's too much to do in Canton about the living it up part. I've traveled to that place a couple of times. I wouldn't call Canton, Ohio, a place where you living it up, but
it's not the spot.
Where we're from, it may not be, but it's some little joints down there. Believe me, every town has its joint.
It does. The Cowboys are back at practice today after a day off. Yesterday, we just saw, Nate, I know that you're live in Oxnard, California. We just saw via social media that the Lion, Micah Parsons, in his hold-in, is kind of walking around practice today comfortable.
Yeah.
He's not in cleats. He's not in sneakers. And a good pair of Crocs. It's a good pair of Crocs. So we've come to the point where Micah is not even pretending anymore. This is not even pretending anymore. I ain't doing nothing today. Hey, you ain't getting too much out of me today. But just getting right into what we saw the other day with the Cowboys at training camp, we saw head coach Mike McCarthy and his conversation since he's gotten his job, and he's talked more about the identity.
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, Mike. Oh,
not Mike.
Lord.
You couldn't call him Mike while he was there, but now you can't forget about it.
Yeah.
Brian Schottenheimer. Lord, forgive me. I don't know where that came from. He has been very, very adamant since he's gotten this job about what he wanted this football team to be. And physical has been the theme that he's talked about. And then yesterday in practice and other days in practice, the Cowboys have talked about being disciplined and not having the fights and not doing those things. And we saw yesterday, and I'll start with you, Nate, Coach Schottenheimer making the team old school style, get on the line and run, because he got a little bit ticked off about the excessive amount of fighting that was happening in training camp. Nate, is this something that you think the form of punishment, will that wear thin on the players? It is something that will get them back in line? Like, what do you feel about the fighting happening at training camp?
It was bound to happen. The speed of practice, even when pads are not on, like yesterday with just the shells, just the speed and always the 24/7 competition of getting after a guy, of competing against a guy. Whereas, last year, guys could run off the line. If you saw where it was going to be a contested ball, the DB back down, or you see the back run through the hole and he go through there pretty clean, and you can't go up and knock at the ball. Let guys run free. Everybody stay up at all costs. But that's not happening now. And he said today in his press conference that the guys going to have to take it to the edge, because that is what gets you right. And I'm saying even further, especially in the NFC, that's what gets you right. He's not going to back down, but he also needs discipline. You need to understand that this is your teammates. Take it to the edge and then back up. You got to know where that edge at. And now they know where that edge at. And the running, that was just something to catch their attention. You know, Jesse, running ain't gonna stop you.
When's the last time you heard of a coach having? When's the last time a coach ran his players like that?
It's probably been a while, man. I mean, but he just wanted to catch their attention. That's all that was, attention getter. The only people that really affected was the O-line. You know, we don't like it. You bet we ain't gonna be fighting. But it's a good thing, man. I mean, he's pushing it to the edge and do the. You know, people tell me, what are you gonna do with it? And he don't care at this point. It's time to get prepared to play, man.
So what causes all these skirmishes? Is it that because if everybody knows you're going right to the edge, then they know that guy across from him is coming at him. Is it that just one guy taking a little too far? Is it all the trash talking afterwards? I mean,
all of that, all of the above. Guys are taking it to the edge, and I said this earlier, and it is coming true. Guys, for the first time since Jimmy Johnson, when he first came in and say, I don't know you guys. He took a different tactic than this coach. He knows these guys. He's like, I don't know none of y'all. You got to show me you can play. And that's whether you in pads or out of pads. We have a certain tempo, and you got to show me. And these guys, especially the running backs, everybody feel like they can make this team. The defensive backs with all the major injuries, and guys are slow to come back from injury. Guys really believe they have a chance to make the 53-man roster. You got your 6 or 7 core guys, but other than that, guys are fighting for serious playing time, and some guys can say, you know what, I may really do have a chance to make this team because he's not going with the and I'll give you an example. I thought Austin Richards would be the next guy up, swing tackle right or left. That's not the case. Nate Thomas is the guy early in camp, and I preface this early in camp. That's where they're at. They too deep at every position, and if the guy ahead of you goes down for any reason, you go in. You go in and you run with the first team.
So is it fair for a coach to ask for this physicalness, for this taking it to the edge, and then get mad and start running guys?
You know what, my friend? That's old school, Jesse. Remember, we used to go to the edge. Mm-hmm. I mean, players have to know. You have to know how far to push it. And now they know. I mean, players should be by next week, guys should be in a good rhythm, knowing what the coach wants, knowing how to practice. And what it does, it just raises your level of intensity. That's all it does, you know. And it's called adversity, playing through adversity. So a guy jab you in your chest. As long as so a guy kind of push you in the back. So what? It happens in the game. I don't see none of them flying off trying to beat up number 98 for the Eagles when he push him in the back. Okay, if you ain't gonna beat up that guy, don't beat up the guys out on your team.
No, I think Nate, you're making a fantastic point, and a lot of what this is a part of, honestly, a part of the process. Because we all heard about Brian Schotten coming in here, and it was the C word, right? Culture. Yeah. And it was changing and it was culture. And changing the culture. And the next thing was, we're going to be a physical football team. And the shortest distance between any 2 points is a straight line. And so to go from being undisciplined and having a culture of tenderness, that this Cowboys team, because this team wasn't a physically tough team. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't for a while.
And we saw it every time we went up against a team who was truly a physical football team. We folded like cheap lawn chairs. And so, Schotty being semi a part of that and being able to watch that, his first opportunity as a head coach, he's like, all right, cool. I'm doing this thing differently, right? Yeah. And this is just... Whenever you're changing, whenever you're going through some things, there are some pitfalls that you kind of have to get over. And if you're going from being the whining cheese and the entitled type of Cowboys to now a more physical type of Cowboys, so to get from this process to that process, there is some steps that you have to go through. This is a part of the process, right? The fights are going to happen because everyone's learning about this whole new physical thing because it wasn't a part of who they were. At least the guys who are returning guys that have been here. Yeah. It wasn't a culture of being aggressive and physicalness. And you talk about Schotty always wanting to compete. Not a lot of one-on-one, not a lot of 7, a lot of 11-on-11 football, meaning, see, sometimes when you do one-on-one, guys are off to the side. You know, sometimes guys buddy up. When you're doing 11-on-11 competition, it heightens it. In addition to that, as Nate was saying, Schotty is doing this thing, and I only saw this other time happen when I was in New England, when it was everybody's competing for playing time. Now, you know that CD ain't competing for playing time. You know that, and
right.
You know that Dak ain't competing for playing time, right? Those guys are solidified. But everyone else, and Nate said there's about 5 or 6 guys that you kind of know. You know, Tyler Smith, and I forgot, it was either the offensive line coach or Schotty. He said, you know, everyone else against an offensive line except Tyler Smith is competing for a job. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But when you have that level of competition, it does raise the level of hostility, right? And so
I like that word, just hostility.
I don't want the fighting, right? But in this process, I get it, I understand it, but I also applaud Coach Schotty because he's also saying, I want the physicalness, I want the aggressiveness, I want the culture change, but we can't fight. Because not just because you can't fight your teammates, it's a 15-yard penalty in the game. Yeah. Like, that's a 15. So I don't even want to begin that culture. And see, and that's the biggest thing is that I'm not saying that there aren't fights at training camp. But if you go around and look at the other teams in the league that we deem physical football teams, the Baltimore, the Niners, and all that kind of stuff, you don't hear about fights, you know, like at the rate we're hearing about fights at training camp because it's a part of who they are.
Yeah, they already know that.
So you know, every day I come out here at practice, that is, especially when we got pads on, it's strap up. Yeah, it's put your chin strap, all the snaps on because that's how we roll. This is a change. Yeah. So players are still adjusting to. Wait a second, bro. You didn't jab me in my chest a little bit too hard, and now you have to adjust to it. And so
they're learning not just to be physical, but I mean this team hasn't been real disciplined the last few seasons.
Right.
So this is all a part of the whole overall process. We should see them theoretically be more disciplined on the field now. Going.
The thing here is you're going faster. You're being a little bit more handsy when they have no pads on. You're being a little bit more handsy. So guys are used to just running clean, running routes, not getting pressed hard, not getting challenged. Offensive linemen are getting their hands inside and half walking off the ball. Defensive linemen are giving a few feet. It ain't sung and dance time yet. That'll happen during the season. Right now, it's like you're only going to get 1 or 2 snaps, and you're out of there. And they're judging you, and they're calling you out in the meetings. Like, what are you doing here? And the whole team is looking at you. So you got to pick up your tempo. You got to pick up your pace. I hope this can continue on. I mean, we may not see it have its effect in the first part of the season, but as the season go on and these guys continue to work and to get better and to mature, you'll see it, you know, and they'll be very, very competitive. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying I don't know what the record's going to be. But as long as they're way better than they was the first game, they may win the first game. But if they get better every week, that's what you're looking for.
And to add on to that, Nate, when you're talking about like how to build a team, you know, it's you want your team to be peaking, and you want things to come together when it matters the most. And that's the thing that this team is lacked. And you heard CeeDee Lamb talked about it. You know, he said that we need it. We need to be more disciplined because how many games have we watched when we came back in and he was like, man, that holding killed the drive. Yeah. The Cowboys were driving down the field. The next thing you know, on third down, holding. And they went from 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 15. Right. And it's a drive killer. And now you're trying to make up. But also, it's you know, when they're doing this competition, when they're doing this 11-on-11, when they're being physical, I, as a coach, as a scout, as the people in the front office, I now get a truer indication on how to evaluate you. Yeah. I get a truer indication of, because again, and you heard, if you listen to the press conference today, you heard Brian Schottenheimer talk about it. He said, you know, one-on-ones at times are not realistic. quarterback's holding the ball back there, one-on-one routes, and he's patting the ball. It's 7 seconds. That's a sack.
He's running all over the place.
He's running all over the place. Yeah. That's a sack, right? Receivers are running routes, and we just running inside like ain't no linebacker in there, ain't no safety bearing down on you. Those type of things. You do the one-on-one with the offensive lineman, and now all of a sudden, you spin off in the inside. Like there won't be a guard in there with a hand out there to knock you back onto the tackle and so on and so forth. So this is the way that he's doing it, and I do got to give Schotty credit. Is he's so far, and my hope is that he doesn't change. My hope is that there aren't complaints that come in, that there aren't players or front office people that want to. I hope that there aren't things that change the way he's going at it and it's early. It's still early. Yeah. But
yes,
he has taken. I mean, he's Frank Sinatra. He is doing it his way.
That's true.
At training camp, for that I applaud him. We ain't doing all this stuff. We're doing 11 on 11. I don't want to do this. We're doing that. I want that to be. If he can maintain that. Now we all know that when you're the new hire, you get a little bit of a leeway, right? Until things don't start going right, and then the powers that be may start restricting you from doing things or changing things.
That cannot, Jesse, stop. That's going to go there.
You're right.
That cannot happen, because if that happens, why did you come out here in training camp and waste your time?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That will be a total waste of time. But it's going to be some growing pains. And I said it at the beginning of the year. I said when they started these OTAs, when it comes time, if things don't start out right, are you going to continue to believe, if that this guy is giving you the right direction, the right blueprint, and me and you gonna think that all year, Jess. I mean, we know it's gonna be some bumps in the road, but we understand how much it takes to change a culture or a way you do things. I'm talking about from being a tenderoni to being a grade B steak. I mean, not good at all, just being tough.
Right.
So that cannot be. If that happens, why did you do this training camp?
Yeah. All right, Nate, you gonna stay here with us for another segment, or you gotta go?
Man, I'll speak just a little bit in the second half, man. I just want to hear what you got to say, babe.
All right, man. All right, so what we're going to do, we'll take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit continue the conversation about the physicalness. I know there's some injuries that's been happening in training camp, and some may say because it's a little bit too physical. So you think Schotty should pull back on that or continue to go full speed ahead? We'll break that down on the other side of this break. So stay right here with us. This is Hanging with the Boys. We'll be right back.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys, training camp edition. We're getting close. Today, until February, we will not have a week without football.
That's right.
Football is officially back. The Pro Football Hall of Fame game is tonight. So whether it's college and or pros, we will have football every week from this point until February. I love this time of year. This segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. Yeah. Well, all right. As we get back into the conversation, we got Kurt Daniels, myself, Salt and Pepper Poppy, and we have Nate Newton, boots on the ground in Oxnard, California. And one of the things that we've seen, in addition to, in continuation to our conversation in the first segment about the practice style from Brian Schottenheimer and the physicality. And we talked about discipline and how that's going to be a culture change and how that has to be a new way of thinking and acting and practicing for the Cowboys players. But we're talking about football. And the one thing that I always tell fans and other football people is football is a 100% hurt business. Yeah. You do not play this game and you do not come out of this thing without some sort of injury. Now, the injury is all dependent upon how severe it is. Coaches say, are you hurt or are you injured?
Yeah.
Because everybody hurt.
Right.
You play this game of football, everybody will hurt. Yeah. It is a 100% fact you will hurt. Now, the injury part of this is the things that we sometimes cannot control. And for the Cowboys right now, it seems like someone has the Dallas Cowboys training camp roster voodoo doll. And all these injuries are happening amongst the Cowboys. Players are going down left and right. Offensive linemen, the DBs have already been, suffering some things. Tight ends, and so you're seeing these injuries. And some may say, maybe practice a little bit too physical. Maybe hanging and banging is a little bit too much for the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
Should this be something that Schotty looks at? Because I know under the head coach of Michael from Pittsburgh, they track these things. And it was always about, players were being taken care of, and it wasn't, a bunch of physical stuff and, teasing about how much Mike McCarthy took care of the players and how fresh they were. Yeah. Well, Brian Schottenheimer seems to have a different approach to this, and he wants to get physical. But if injuries begin to mount, Nate, should Brian Schottenheimer forge forward and keep the same way that he's been doing things, or should he go, all right. I'll ask you yes, and I'll back down a little bit on the physicality at practice.
If over half of your team get hurt, yeah, but over half the team ain't there yet. So just keep pushing. I mean, we got maybe 4 guys, 3 guys, 3.5 guys on defense. We got maybe 4 guys on offense that are the core of your team. And it's going to be who plays the most, especially on the defensive line and the secondary. It's like the guys that survive this thing, the guys that are mentally and physically smart enough and capable to survive this thing. Because if you back up and start going the other way, what brings penalties? 2 things bring penalties. Exhaustion, not being in shape, and lack of talent. And if you don't have talent, you definitely got to be in shape and you got to be mentally smart to give yourself a chance. So you got to keep pushing forward. You got to find out who those smart guys are, who you can depend on when adversity, which is exhaustion is a part of adversity. Being out of shape is a part of adversity. You got to know these things where guys can learn to work through them. Like you said it perfect. Some guys are hurt. It used to be last year when guys got hurt, they walked away. And the guys that are truly injured, I mean, you know who they are. They don't make it back. But the guys that, I got a bump on I got my ankle rolled up on. Can you walk? Can you run? Is anything structurally damaged? No. Now it comes down to your pain threshold of pain. So a lot of guys either going to learn to work through it, or they'll be sitting on the bench while the other guy out there with a hurt pinky playing. Yeah, that's all it is, Jeff.
I like that way he put it, that this isn't just about the physicality of getting ready to hit or whatever. It's the mental side of, if you survive this, you're ready. Interesting.
And that's why I say, personally, there is not a, and I have to say this correctly because I know people will hold me to it and be like, he can't stop.
No.
No matter who gets hurt.
No.
And I'm not saying be reckless, right? I'm not saying be reckless.
Yeah, I mean, Guyton getting hurt, that was just in the normal course of play.
He cannot stop.
Right.
But even if it means that we go into the early part of this year a little bit banged up, because eventually you're going to get these guys back. But what you're trying to build is, if you're truly trying to build culture, and if this is the thing that you're trying to build, one, you're not going to do it in 3 months. You're just not.
Right. Yeah.
It's not happening in 3 months. This, if your leash is long enough, and I know I'll put the man out of a job in a year and a half if you don't get this stuff right. I know where I stand on that, and I still stand on that.
Right.
But if your agenda and your goal and your purpose is to truly change the culture, it's going to take more than 3 months.
Yeah.
So I cannot stop.
No.
I'm not wishing injury, hurt, harm, or danger on anyone, but there is no one that should be able to stop this physical train from moving forward. Yeah. We'll figure it out. And even if somebody gets hurt in practice, again, if an ankle gets rolled up on or somebody falls on somebody, that's not malicious. No. Right? It's not malicious. Now, if someone takes a dirty shot at somebody, that's malicious.
That's a problem, yeah.
Yes.
But you gotta this thing has to go through the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if he backs off at all,
it has to go. It has to go because until they truly believe that they are physical, and this is the thing. It's one thing to sign up for karate class. It's one thing to sign up for a kickboxing class. It's one thing to sign up for a boxing class. It's a whole other thing from doing the practice, what y'all, and hiya, and doing the shadow boxing and doing all that kind of stuff, to somebody punches you in the face.
Mike Tyson quote, right?
Until you get punched in the face. Right? Because you can do all this and talk about this, we're physical, and then you got to go see Trent Williams. And he says, and then you go.
Well, they're going to see it in week 1.
Right. Do you revert back to what you were, or do you go, you get punched in the face and you go, got it, and you punch back in the face, and that's where it has to be.
Yeah.
And so.
They told Elmer Fudd, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
It's not fun when the rabbit got the gun. You gotta be the rabbit now. You got to be the rabbit now. And so for Schotty, this is your shot, man. Yeah. This is what you've been waiting 20 years for.
Yeah.
This is the part where if I'm gonna truly do this, it's gonna be done my way.
We've talked too about, Nate always says, the first 5 games of the regular season are your preseason because guys are getting in shape and you see all these early season injuries. This has to kind of eliminate some of that, right? They're going to be better ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like I said, we got 6 or 7 core guys. You got to give a few of these guys some free season. I mean, Nate Thomas let's say he's the guy. Let's say Austin Richards can't take his job. Well, you got to give him something in the preseason.
Yeah.
You got to, when Verse come in here with the Rams and Puna Nathan and Puna Forrest Cube and all these guys come in, you got to make sure they're up and running. Yeah. That, hey, fellas, this is what we're going to face. And these are the type of guys that play like closest to the NFC East. The East is a beast, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and I ain't talking about, I don't know what the record of Philadelphia going to be. I don't know what the record of the Giants going to be or the Washington team. But I know they've all got defenses, and they're all healthy at this point. We don't know about it a month from now, but as of right now, they're all healthy. So let's go, man. Fellas, I appreciate y'all letting me take up a little bit of your time. Jess, I hope you find a place Frank Sinatra before y'all get off the air, and y'all have a great day. All right.
All right, we'll go to our last break as Nate Newton goes back to doing what Nate Newton does in Oxnard, California. When we come back from this break, we'll go through a list of different things that we can talk about. Eberflus talking about how he wants an attacking front line. Does he have the players for it? Does he have the Jimmies and Joes to match the X's and O's that he wants to put in place for the Cowboys defense this year? Kurt and I will discuss those things with you when we come back. This is Hang with the Boys. We'll be right back.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys Training Camp Edition. You have Kurt Three Pumps Daniels. We had Nate Newton for the first 2 segments. He's back outside in Oxnard live at training camp. I am your host, Salt and Pepper Poppy. And this segment is brought to you by 7-Eleven. At 7-Eleven, Kurt, 7-Eleven.
Yay, all right.
There's a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7-Eleven Rewards. Then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No person necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. Ages 16 plus. For full official rules and gameplay, go to 5k-a-day.com/rules. I go to 7-Eleven. I use Pump 8. I was at 7-Eleven this morning. I had to get gas. $28 that I had to get filled up. Got 11 cents off.
Really?
11 cents.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Shout out to them. It's like under $2, like $2.50 something cents. So I was happy about that, man. Use those rewards, man. Yeah. Go in there every now and again and get me a Celsius or something like that. I shouldn't have said that on air. I don't know if that's a sponsor or not. I don't know.
Get a Pepsi product.
Is it a Pepsi product? I think it is a Pepsi product,
That's what you're getting, though, I'm sure.
I think it is, though. I think it is a Pepsi product. Are we Pepsi products or Coke?
We're Pepsi.
We're Pepsi? I think it is. I think it is.
All right.
I think we're good. I think we're good. As we put a bow on this show, we are always going to talk about the offense, right? It is the staple of the Dallas Cowboys. It's been that way for a while. They get all the pretty girls, right? The offense gets all the pretty girls. Chicks dig the long ball, as they say in baseball, and chicks dig the quarterback, receivers, and running backs and all that kind of stuff.
As you know.
As I know. As I do know. Yes, I do, Kurt. Yes, I do. But the one thing that we know that has been a thorn in the Cowboys' success side is the defense. and most importantly, and more specifically, the defensive line. Defensive coordinator, former head coach, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys now, Matt Eberflus, was talking about wanting to have an attacking front.
Yes.
And one thing about that, when you hear the word attacking front, that means I want to go and get the quarterback.
Yeah,
I want to be moving up the field.
That's what I was wanting some clarification on. Now, you're just moving forward, or is there more to it than?
Yeah, this defensive front under Matt Eberflus is a front that's going to move forward.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a lot of exotic. And I mean where, a bunch of guys are standing around and moving around. There may be some slants, meaning the defensive line may line up, and then the entire defensive line may slant right, right? I'll slant everybody right and may have a backer looping around left to clean up whatever is coming off that side. So, and that may be some of the ways. Here's my issue. And I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble, but when has it ever stopped me? The great people, and I don't know, Paul, you might have been a part of this. They did a clip, and when we're talking about an attacking front, and I don't want to attack this person, but he is the topic of discussion. Mozzie Smith.
Yeah.
He is the person that's in the center of this all, right? Micah's in Crocs. So until Micah gets a deal, he'll be in Crocs, and he won't be a part of this attacking defensive front. But Mozzie Smith is a guy that we're all going to be looking at and hopefully depending on to step up and play a role. But this clip and this sequence in this clip has never left my mind since I saw it. And the good people here at DallasCowboys.com, they do a fantastic job with giving you some of the sound bites and some of the mic'd up stuff. And they were doing a segment during OTAs. And I want to say it was Coach Whitecotton.
Okay.
And he was mic'd up. And he had the defensive linemen. And they were doing the hoop drill. If you don't know what the hoop drill, it's think a hula hoop. Mm-hmm. And then your normal size hula hoop, and then magnify it times 5.
Yeah.
It's a big hoop.
Yeah.
And the purpose of this drill is to maintain your leverage low, staying low, being able to lean, being able to keep your pad level down. You start at one end of the hula hoop, and you just basically want to do a circle as fast as you can. And then they'll add, you see it at the combine, you see it in drills, they'll add a towel to it so that when you coming by, you can pick up the towel at one end of the hoop, and then when you get to the top of the other end of the hoop, you drop the towel down, and then you finish through the drill.
Yeah.
And I watched this drill, and to the common eye, you saw Coach Whitecotton, and he's excited, and he's hyped, and he's rah-rah. And Mozzie comes to this drill, and you immediately see him straight up.
Oh.
And he gets stuck. Like he's trying to get around the hoop. And if you know anything about, if you're running track, if you're NASCAR, it's all about being low and tight and low to the ground. And if you get high, you'll get stuck. And he gets high, and you can see he gets stuck trying to turn the corner where he has to kind of hiccup to get around. And I heard Coach Whitecotton yelling at him. He's like, I don't care if you didn't do it right, you competed. And I was like, well, that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Yeah, right.
Because we're trying to teach and give better habits to a player who's lacking good habits.
Right. Yeah.
And one of the things that he lacks is get off, pad leverage.
Right.
And this is why you see him get moved over 2 and 3 holes and out of the screen for offensive linemen, because he just don't have pad level.
Yeah.
Them offensive linemen get up under you, and they're road graders. And if Eberflus is going to have an attacking defensive line, an attacking front, I am honestly, Kurt, I'm lost at ways that he's going to accomplish this.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the size.
Oh, the size. Okay.
You don't have the size. You don't have I don't know if you have the players.
Well, would you forgo like this rookie Tua is huge. He's a big guy.
Jay Toa.
Sorry, I'll get it right.
It's all good. He ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing yet. You know the rules here.
I need to take.
You know the rules here.
Yeah, I just need to go by the number.
You know the rules here. We don't get names right here until you start doing something. I call Schottenheimer Mike McCarthy. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something. You'll be memorable.
Yeah. But 6'2", 340.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Should they be focusing on him as his first? And he's taking first team reps. Is he the guy you need instead of trying to get Mozzie at this point to work on his pad level and all this other stuff?
And now here is where logic and here is where politics come into play. Logically, you would say, well, this other guy's been here for a while and isn't showing much.
Yeah,
and you can hear the way the coaches even talk about him. They're not too high up on him.
Right.
We should probably move on. Politically, it goes from upstairs. It's a first-round pick.
Right, first-round pick.
Some people may say that they need 3 or 4 years to get to they willing to get to. So I'm not willing to give up on him just yet. So now he's in the rotation. Now, no, you have to find playing time for him. Well, I hired you to be a better coach. I hired you as coaches because you assured me that you would be able to get something out of him. So that's the logical approach versus the political approach that happens in football locker rooms, in meeting rooms. But if Brian Schottenheimer, again, is true to what he's been saying, and he's saying those who perform well in practice and earn playing time will get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Jay is it. I'm not saying that I don't know. I just don't know.
Right.
Nothing he's done or not done or not done.
Anybody knows yet.
I just don't know. I don't know if just because he's 340, can he do it?
Yeah.
It's a kid right now in Tampa.
Oh, 400-pound.
400-pound kid. He's big.
Yeah.
They won't even let him practice.
Right.
So, he's 340. I don't know. Right? Does he understand his keys? Is his leverage? And again, is he the attacking type? Because 340 feels like two gapping. It feels like, hey, just be big.
Yeah, just take up space.
Take up two blockers.
Yeah.
Keep the linebackers clean. 340 don't sound like attacking up the field.
True.
Right? Like it just doesn't sound that way. And I'm not. Listen, I'm an undrafted guy. I'm a try-hard guy, and Jason Garrett said he wished he had 53 of me. Go figure.
Right.
But there's a reason why he went in the 7th round. And sometimes you can miss.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can miss. But you're talking about a guy who went in the 7th round in a position that's not normally littered with, super-duper talent.
Yeah, it's not deep.
It's usually not a defensive lineman. It's not a deep thing. You know what I mean?
Usually.
So I don't know what Jay Toya can do. I know what Mozzie has done.
True.
So there's that piece that goes back and forth of, well, I know what he's gonna give me, and that may not be what we need. And I'm preseason has never had such a more meaning for this front because you hear about, all right, Sam Williams is ready to play, right? You hear about Donovan Ezaraku, like how he's having a fantastic training camp. And you know at some point in time, hopefully, the Lion will come back, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you're talking about Nealon, you're talking about Fowler, and right, these pass rushers who are looking to get after the quarterback. It'll all be for naught if you can't get third down in passing downs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you can't get to a point where these dudes you can just unleash the unhook the leashes and let them go attack, you can't play as a Raku on first downs like that.
Yeah.
He's 240 pounds. What is he going to do against Jordan Mailata?
Yeah.
Nothing, unless he's able to. He's not. Listen, guys, he ain't running through the chest of Lane Johnson.
No.
He ain't running through the chest of Lane Johnson. And if it's a rundown, Lane gonna let you go run up the field. He's gonna let you go past you. He's gonna make you run the hoop. Saquon will be going out the other way. So if you can't do something to put teams in necessary passing downs where you can have now these specialists, that's what it's gonna be. And as we always say, it's a copycat league. They're gonna come back and go, all right, new year, same Cowboys?
Yeah.
Let's find out. We're going to find out if they can actually stop the run. And you're going to get a test week 1.
It's true.
National
Tough
TV.
test.
You are going to get the biggest test. There won't be a bigger test this season than week 1.
Yeah, that line and Barkley, that's going to be.
That line, that running quarterback, Barkley, like there will not be a bigger test of what you are, especially in the middle of that defense, than week 1.
Boy, you're not filling me with a lot of hope here.
I know what Eberflus is saying and what he wants.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has, like, he wants a Michelin 5-star meal. I don't know if he has the utensils to provide that.
Right.
Not saying that they can't eat good. I don't know if it's going to be Michelin.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be Michelin. And maybe the offense kind of supplements that by going out there and getting a lead and playing up 10 points, 14 points, where now the opposing team has to play a little bit of a catch-up, and now you do that through the passing game, which now allows the defense
that fits into their,
right? So, like, but if you have to go just man for man, I don't know if the Cowboys up front currently have enough.
And that's what this is the third DC in the last 3 years, and the first 2 had the same issues, I guess. So even though Eberflus is well respected and comes in with skins on the wall, can he scheme this up to improve it?
In the words of Mickey Spagnola, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Okay.
All right, man. That's our show. You think I was gonna give you a Mickey Spagnola reference, huh?
Yeah.
I know. See, look at me evolving. Look at me growing up. You know what I'm saying? Maturing. Mature.
All right.
Look at me maturing.
Nice.
That's our show, man. We appreciate you guys joining us each and every week. We'll be back. What's today? We'll be back Monday?
Monday.
We'll be back Monday. We'll be back Monday for another show. That next week, the Rams come to town.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Next week, the Rams come to town.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Nate's
Fighting
going to
with
be
your own guys. What's going to happen when they show up?
Nate's going to be tickled pink.
Oh, yeah.
When the Rams come to town. All right, man. Thank you guys for joining us each and every week. For Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Paul in the back. For Nate on the phone. For Shannon in Canton. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. This is Hanging with the Boys. See you guys next time. We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?